Jennie's Bright Light of the Week is sponsored by your Giving Your Best partners.
I love seeing the different creative things people are doing in our community to help in this crisis. People like Susan Burgess, who is nurturing the spiritual lives of so many Christians who cannot worship in their churches right now. And even though they may be watching church online, it probably doesn't feel as intimate as in-person worship service. And that's where her Facebook Live Friday night hymn sing comes in. Listen to a little bit of hymn sing number 10.
If you have an opportunity to grab a hymnal and read her words, her poems, as we play, it'd be great. I'm going to start tonight with I Am Thine, O Lord. This evening a Fanny Crosby hymns.
You are listening to Friday Night Hymn Sing, and that is the very talented Susan Burgess. She's joining me right now. Susan is the Children and Youth Ministry Music Director at First Baptist Church of North Augusta. That's a mouthful, Susan.
It is.
Great to have you with us today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I have discovered your Friday Night Hymn Sing, and I want everybody to know that you do this on Facebook Live Friday nights at 8 o'clock. And tell our audience how you started doing this.
Well, I began back in March at the beginning of the pandemic. Of course, we weren't in church, and I missed playing. I missed playing hymns, and I knew at this time that people would enjoy the music. It's like therapy, and they would enjoy the hymns because they bring hope and comfort and peace. And so that's how it started 14 weeks ago.
That's tremendous. And the thing that amazes me is that you do take requests and you play it all by memory. You just know all the hymns.
Right. Every hymn, I don't practice or I don't rehearse. I don't know what I'm playing. A lot of times people will send requests in advance, but I on purpose don't rehearse them. So on Friday the shows are live and people type in their requests and we just play them, and some arrangements are better than others sometimes, but that's the way it works, and I don't use music and we just go with it.
It really is fun, and I think for people, especially people who may be shut in right now. I know my mother, who's by herself, she's 87, she loves to play the piano. She knows all the old hymns. This is something she would love, and she would feel like she was right in the room with you because you're talking to your audience as you're playing. You're acknowledging, because it's Facebook Live and you can see the comments, you're acknowledging people and you're saying, like, oh, hey, Betty, glad you're here, and you'll notice when somebody has a particular request. I know that for a lot of people, that does bring them, as you were saying, just a lot of comfort right now.
Right. I wanted people to feel like they were just in my living room, that they were just in the piano room and they were part of my family and we were just sitting around singing. In fact, I do have my family. My husband's joined me. My daughter has joined me. My grandchildren have led some of the hymns. So it's really been a family, and the Facebook friends have become part of our family.
Good night, everybody. See you next time. Susanna, tell them good night.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Did you ever have any idea that as someone who plays a piano and directs a children's choir in a church that you would become like an internet sensation that you are on Friday nights?
No, it was just a ministry. It was just a way to reach people and a way to be an encouragement. That's how it started. That was my goal, and it's happened that people have been an encouragement to me through all this.
I would think that by doing the Facebook Live, you do get feedback from people that you wouldn't normally get on a Sunday morning necessarily, because a Sunday morning it's more of performances. And what you're doing, you're getting that feedback from the people who are with you as you're playing and singing, and I'm sure many of them are just singing right along with you.
Absolutely. In fact, that's the comment I get. I'm singing the alto part is something someone said, or my wife and I are singing in our living room, or we've got our hymn books, or I'm using my grandmother's hymnal. I've heard all those comments, just sweet, sweet comments people have sent.
That is so nice. And you know what I bet is also really special for people? To be able to sing those hymns. My church had our first in-person service again yesterday at Aldersgate Methodist Church. And the one thing that we could not do was sing as a congregation. I mean, we were all wearing our masks, but there was no responsive reading and there was no singing. We had a soloist, but we couldn't sing as a congregation. And I bet it really is great for people just to be able to sing those hymns. And I think it's wonderful, and I think it's such a great way that you thought about to encourage people during the pandemic. It's been really interesting to see the creative things people have come up with to encourage others. I love it that you're doing this, and I just want to thank you for sharing your talents this way.
Oh, thank you, and thanks to my Facebook audience who's just encouraged me along the way.
That is just awesome. Do you teach piano lessons? Do you teach voice lessons?
I do not. I used to teach. I have a lot of students that are working in churches around the area, but I haven't taught in a lot of years.
All right, so we can just enjoy you on Friday nights for Friday night hymn sing, as long as that goes on. And then, of course, the congregation I know at First Baptist will look forward to seeing you as well again when we are able to resume church services.
Thank you.
Susan, it has been a pleasure talking with you. And again, thank you for doing what you're doing to keep morale up and to nurture people's souls and their spirits during this time.
Thank you.
And here's how you can watch Susan's hymn sing. Just click on her Susan Burgess Music Facebook page Friday nights at 8 o'clock. You'll see the Live Now button and enjoy her music and sing along. You may see some of the children from her youth choirs or her family and grandchildren. You'll feel like you're singing along in her living room. Don't forget your hymnal. We'll be right back.